This is the Awakening Word brought to you by Reverend Samson Ajetomobi, the President of the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated and Overseer of the Redemption Faith Churches.
So when I say to you most time, nothing encourages a man like answers to prayer. It's an amazing truth. And I'm sure today you will experience answers to prayer.
Reverend Ajetomobi is called by God with a mandate to reach the unreached at all cost and reawaken the church to our responsibilities.
Every gallows the enemy have set up, by the word of God today, they will go into the same pits.
Be blessed.
Now the days of David drew near that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, verse 2, I go the way of all the earth, be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgment, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. Verse 4. That the Lord may continue his word, which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, and with all their heart, and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel. May the Lord bless the reading of his word. We began by looking at man, and we look at various truths about being a man. I've read these few verses of 1 Kings chapter 2 because it captured being a man, it captured being a husband, it captured being a father, it captured being a professional or a career person. Number one thought capturing being a father here was David speaking to his son Solomon. I ask every father here, do you engage your sons? Do you talk with your sons? Do you share with your children what is ahead of them? David said, I'm old, I have experiences, I have learned many things in life. Come here, son. I don't want you to repeat my failure and my struggle. Every father whose sons repeat his failure had failed to the fourth generation. So here's a father talking to his son. I did the exam, I failed. Now you're about to do the same exam. Please, boy, don't fail. I thought I would make a good husband to your mom, but the way our marriage had played out, I have not appeared like a good husband. I'm telling you, my son, in the day you grow up to get married, please don't repeat my failure. That is being a man and being a father. Too many fathers don't discuss their failures with their children, so the children play it back again. Lift up your right hand, let me pray for you. Pray for every father in the house, that by the grace of God, your children will not repeat your failure. But that was Solomon speaking to his son as a father. Boy, I'm getting old. Some years ago, I was talking to my son, and I said, boy, I have been a young boy like you. He said, yes. Today you are a young man. I have been a young man before you. And I asked him, have you been a father? He said, no. I said, so when the father talks to you, you hear. Because too many times, different ideas fill the heart of young men and young women. And they react as though we have not been young before. There is nothing you are doing now that is new. There was the days of JB trousers. Who knows the story of JB? Anybody knows the day they were? Aha, you must know. These are fathers. When you wear JB and wear 3 layers, And you have your long hair. So when your children keep their long hair now, don't say, go and cut your hair, go and cut your hair. You did it before. Too many times we don't like our children to play back the wrongs we have done. So being a correct father is to talk and engage your children profitably. How do you engage your children? He said to the young man, I'm getting old. I'm shutting down gradually because death is no longer a threat. Everybody will die. We should never be afraid to die. We should rather be afraid to die without knowing God. I go the way of other people, but you are my son. Hear counsel, learn wisdom. Hear me and hear my thoughts. What was his counsel to the son? Verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be strong, therefore, and show yourself as who? As a man. So here's being a father, here's being a man. Is that okay? Show yourself as who? As a man. How do you show yourself? In strength. He mentioned it in verse 3. How to show yourself. Things to consider if you are going to show yourself as a man. And give me this in Amplified Translation, verse number 3. Keep the charge of the Lord your God. These are proofs of real men. They keep God's instructions. Keep the charge. Walk in the ways of God. Keep God's commandments. Keep his testimonies. Keep his testimonies as it is written in the law of Moses, that you may do wisely and prosper in how many things? In all that you do. In all that you do, strong men serve God. They see God as their source. David was speaking as a father, and the word father in Hebrew means source and sustainer. But he was also pointing his son to God. So be strong. Fight. Fight to get dominion as a man. Fight to conquer territories as a man. Being a man, therefore, is not a function of birth. It's a function of choice. Because you are a male as a function of birth. How many of you agree with that? Oh, you have a baby this morning. Oh, congratulations. What is the sex? Is a male. It does not guarantee he will be a man. Are you hearing me? So being a man is a function of choice. And if you will be a great man, these are basic principles that will guide you. The summary of what David said to Solomon was love God, fear God, serve God. In other words, if you don't love God, serve God, you will love the world, you will serve the devil, and you will lose a future. So quit yourself as a man. Be strong. Real men don't run back when the enemy shows up. Life has many challenges waiting for strong men. You don't pull back when the enemy shows up. You don't run for safety when the enemy shows up. One of the proof you're a man is that you can defend your territory. Isaiah 32 verse number 2. And a man shall be who? A hiding place. Real men hide their household from danger. Real men who are pastor protect their sheep. Are you hearing me? Nobody sneak in and snatch their sheep from them. That's why a shepherd, a real man who is a pastor, he will fight anybody who tries to corrupt the mind of his members. Because a man is a hiding place from the wind. Wind will always blow, and a cover from the tempest. No matter the various seasons of life, a real man will defend his house. A real man will never give up on his children. Even though they did exam and fail, he will tell that child, I still believe in you. I know you will make it. Let's sit up again. Let's work harder again. Let's do something more again. Are you getting what I'm saying to you? Real men don't back out when business fails. They reinvest. They re-strategize. They come back again. Real men have a fighting spirit. So they not only defend, they not only protect, they fight. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and do what? Fight for who? Talk to me, somebody. Fight for your brethren. Number 2, fight for who again? Your sons. Number 3, fight for your daughters. Number 4, fight for your wives. Number 5, fight for your house. Proofs of real men. Are you man enough? Can you defend your sons? Can you defend your daughters? I love a real man. The daughter went off track, got pregnant out of wedlock. The shame was much. The man broke down before his daughter and wept. And I love what he said when he finished crying. He says, you are all I have. Though injured, I am the father of the injured. I will stay with you till you recover all. That is a real man. Real men don't curse their children. Fathers don't curse their children because they know their children is their future. You will not be wise to curse your future. Real husbands are strong. They ensure nothing messed up with their wives. They are there when their wife is low and sick. They don't bluff their wife and tell the wife, I'm busy. Busy doing what? As a husband, your first job is your wife. Your last job are your children. As a husband, what is your first job? Not where you work now. That's your second job. Your first job is to be a friend to your wife. Don't snub her. Don't dismiss her. Be patient with her. Let her speak all the foolish ideas in her mind. Don't say that is nonsense. I don't have time. If you talk that way, you are out of balance. So be strong. Fight. For so many of us, it's our wives fighting instead of we fighting. Is your wife going to market, selling 3 things, sell this, sell that, get some money, bring home and cook for you? That is being less than a correct husband. A correct husband is the sustainer of the house. Let there be no husband in this church that is not bringing money home. Just fold your hand and be watching television. You will be sacked in the community of men. Real men are supply lines. What did I call them? Can I pray for all the men in the house? Your hand will not lack supplies. Your resources will not dry. Every time your wife, your children place a demand on you, you will have enough to give. You not face them and say, you know the way the country is. Did they marry the country? Did your wife marry the country? Is it not you married? Are there no men surviving in that same country? If they can survive, you can. Real men don't run around life with excuses. Oh, money is not coming because. Oh, this is not working because. Oh, that is not working because. You are sacked. Real men solve problems. They work hard. I was saying where I was preaching yesterday, a guy was with me, and I said, when life season was bad around me, we sold popcorn in this Orogun here for survivor. So when I drive through Orogun, I remember the popcorn seller that I was. I wouldn't just steal, but this hand will minister to my needs. Men, you have no morality to carry around empty hands. This hand must do something. Don't steal, don't kill, but work hard. Work hard. Don't give reason for no performance. I said there is no business. Create one. Nobody employ me. Do something, my friend. Fight for your sons. Don't give up on them. Fight for your daughters. Don't give up on them. Fight for your wife. You know a real husband, when the wife falls sick, she couldn't go to open Bodija store. So she's sick. She's at home. The husband stays with her, nursing her. And then pastor also went to look for her, because anything that will close Bodija store must be very serious. So it's so important. When your wife is down, be there. Is a sign you're a man. When your wife had no money, give her money. Is a sign you're a man. When your wife is emotionally down, give the support line. Is a sign you're a man. When your wife is spiritually weak and low, she's telling you, darling, I can't pray. Darling, I can't do this. I don't know what is wrong with me. Come on, be there for her. Declare fasting and prayer together and let her know, I have married a real husband. Real man, correct husband, correct wife. They are talkative to their spouse and children. Don't tell your spouse, I don't have time. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. We will sack you in the community of real men. Talk enough. Talk so much that your wife dozes off from your long surutu. Are you hearing me? Talk enough, and you are talking to her and she's slipping off. You know, like in those days, they say one soon. They pet the child to sleep. That's the way they do it in Yoruba culture. How did they say it? One resun. So pet your wife till she sleeps. Sing to her ears. Talk to her. You're looking tired. Can I press your leg? You say, yes, my husband, thank you. Thank you. And then she's slipping off and you are singing for her. That wonderful name. Jesus. And then she's slipping off. In her dream, she will be hearing your voice. Are you hearing me? In her dream, she will be hearing your voice. She will not hear the voice of the stranger. But your wife is dozing off as you are talking. You say, what nonsense? I'm talking to you, you are sleeping. Clear your eyes, my friend. Something is wrong with you. Great husbands are tender towards their wives. They are hard towards outsiders. But they are tender towards their wives. They are caring towards their children. They love God. They have a soft heart that God can touch easily. That is a sign of a real man. Any man who is very hard and difficult inside church is yet to be a correct man. Real men are tender, easily led. What did I call them? Easily led. That is a sign of a correct man in church. You say sit down, he sits down. Stand up, he stands up. They are leadable. And such men make church very exciting. You are blessed as a pastor if you have 85 of your members very obedient. But I'm telling you, generally in the body of Christ, there are a lot of high level of rebellion, disobedience, disregard for authority. because we have not produced man. The difference between a child and a man is that the child is always thinking about what is in it for him. Give me biscuit, give me sweet. Yeah, but I gave you this biscuit. Give me out. I say, no. You gave that biscuit. A man is strong enough to take responsibility. For us to make heaven a very pleasant place, we must learn to be correct husbands, correct fathers, correct men, and correct career person. Like I told you earlier, this your hand must be a supply line. Don't be idle. Don't give reason for non-performance. It is not cheap to run a home. It is not cheap to lead a wife. It is not cheap to meet expenses in the family. How many husbands agree with me? You have house rent to pay, you have light bills to pay, you have community dues to pay, you have security allowance to pay. What again do you pay? School fees, thank you. School fees, buy petrol if you have a car. What again? You buy fuel in your car, fuel in generator, fuel where again? You have in-laws to deal with. You have social function of extended family. Can we clap for a man? They are carrying so much. Look for a man and say, I salute you. Now work you they do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. That's why you can't afford not to strike a balance. So you can't face work. If I don't do this work, how will I get the money to give you people to spend? No, do the work and do your wife work.
We trust that you've been blessed by this message preached by Reverend Samson Ajetomobi of the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated. We invite you to worship with us every Sunday at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday at the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated, Olororo, Ojo, Ibadan. Or watch our services online via the Men of Issachar Vision Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can also listen to us on mivradio.com. For inquiries, please call 0808 085 4818 or send an email to mivmandates2010@gmail.com. God bless you.